everyone, and welcome to Garden to Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some baked potatoes. Some baked potatoes, one of my favorite recipes, especially in the wintertime when it's snowing outside. Yeah, it's snowing this morning and it's kind of chilly. It's about freezing temperature, and of course it's perfect to make some baked potatoes. So I'm going to show you how to do that right from the beginning, stage by stage of the cooking process, the putting the spices, and showing you all the magic to make these wonderful potatoes. So let's get started. This morning I have in front of me some Yukon Gold potatoes, and I find that they're the best potatoes to make the baked potatoes in the oven. And they are super for mashed potatoes, and of course for French fries, and of course we're using them today as wedges to make these beautiful potatoes. So I have 4 in front of me here right now, and I'm going to show you the chemistry. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of chemistry this morning. It's really, really easy, and the results are magnificent. But first of all, I'm going to show you the cutting of the potatoes and how to get them organized. So first of all, I want to show you that I'm going to be just cutting them into wedges this morning. So something very simple. You can cut them into bigger pieces if you wish, or if you prefer, you can do them like this. As you can see here on the platter, that I have some beautiful wedges of fresh potatoes, and I'm going to put them in the water over here because we're going to pre-boil them. That is right. We're going to pre-boil these potatoes so that they are soft on the inside and crispy on the outside. That's right. So here we have them. We're going to, and I'm cutting up 4 of them specifically because that's a typical recipe that I have for 2 people. It seems like a lot, but, and of course once you put them in the oven, it seems like you have too many, and then of course when they come out of the oven it seems like you don't have enough. So I always like to have extra, and it's really worthwhile. So here I have the potatoes. They're all cut up, and I'll just move them over here so you can see them. And of course I have them in the water, and here is the chemistry part. Okay. First of all, you want to do is put some salt, and I'm using some kosher coarse salt here, and I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon. Now, you're not going to taste the salt. The salt, what it does is extracts the water from the potato, making the potato even taste better. So salt is very important, and I put in 1 tablespoon, and if I'm doing a larger quantity, I'll put in 2 tablespoons. That's the salt portion. The second portion is this product right over here, and we all know what that is. That's baking soda. And we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, what does this do to the potatoes in the water? Well, it changes the pH level of the water, and it makes it less acidic. And that's important for softening the potato on the outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1/2 teaspoon. Here it is right there, 1/2 teaspoon, and we're going to put that into the water. Now, if you want, you can stir this up a little bit, get it ready for the stove, and of course this is stage 1, and that is pre-cooking the potatoes so that they get soft on the outside, and in particular soft and mushy, because that's going to make them crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. What we're going to do is we're going to boil these potatoes anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. This morning I'm going to boil them for 8 minutes, and that seems to be my magic number. So now we're going to move the pot over to the stove and get it boiling. And of course, once it has boiled for the time of 8 minutes, we're going to come back here and we're going to add the spices. Now while we're waiting for the potatoes to finish boiling, I'm going to prepare the spices, which is really important for the potatoes. So what I'm using is a simple combination of olive oil with garlic and some rosemary. So that is the simple combination that's going to really taste great. So first of all, the garlic. Usually I use either a Russian garlic, or red Russian garlic I should say, or a music garlic, which is larger. And this morning I have selected the music garlic. So what I'm going to be doing is chopping the garlic up into smaller pieces so that I can put it into the processor. I have a small processor here. It's made out of high density plastic, and you put the garlic inside and it will crush it up. Now the reason why I'm using this particular garlic crusher is because it washes out so easily. So that's the first stage. I'm going to just crush that by turning it, and as you'll see here very quickly, the garlic gets minced and it looks terrific, and I can smell the aroma coming from it right now. That's going to be great for the potatoes. Now my second ingredient is rosemary. Usually I go outdoors and clip it from the rosemary growing on my deck, which is really handy, but in the wintertime I like to dry it and have it available like I've done this year. Normally I just wash it, clip it and wash it, and then put it in the microwave about 1 minute and 45 seconds when it comes out. It's very brittle, very dry, and it's very easy to remove from the stems. Once it's removed from the stems, I just simply put it into a jar, and this is going to be an airtight jar that I can use rosemary in the wintertime. So it's a terrific way to do it. It's easy, and you can have fresh rosemary year-round. So what I'm going to do today is take about that much rosemary, and I'm going to mix it in with the garlic. So this is an easy way to do it. I'm simply going to turn this again, and all of the rosemary will mix with the garlic. And as you can see here, beautiful color and aroma coming from those two ingredients. And my final, of course, final one is the olive oil. That's very important, and we're going to add olive oil to the recipe. So the potatoes are ready, so let's pull them off the stove and put them into this dish here, and I'll add the spices so you'll be able to see that. So it's pretty hot. They've been boiling for 8 minutes, and as I mentioned, anywhere between 5 and 8 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on the size of the potatoes, to get them soft on the inside. Now we're just going to dump them in here, and you can see the steam coming off of them. Oh, they look terrific, and of course they're starting to get soft on the outside, and that will make the crispy part. So here we have it. I'm going to first of all add some olive oil, and I usually add about a tablespoon. That should do it. And then we'll add the garlic and the rosemary. So let's do that. I'm going to add that on top. The aroma coming from that is just terrific. It's terrific. So there's some of it. Let's put the balance. I usually use just the 1 clove, especially if I'm using music, because music garlic is a larger clove. If I'm using red Russian, I'll use a couple cloves. So here we have it. We're going to mix them now. Probably 2 of these would be better. Keep everything inside, and you can see, wow, it's mixing up lovely. And at this stage you want to, don't be gentle. You can see they're breaking up a little bit, and they're starting to get mushy. You notice that I didn't peel the potatoes because they were really clean, and all I did was wash them and cut them up. So here they are. They look a little bit mushy, I must admit, but that is perfect. So the next stage is to get them ready for the oven. And I have, let me put this over here first of all, put that out of frame, and I'll bring in the pan that's going into the oven. And of course it's a large pan, and I have some parchment paper, and the parchment paper will be fine up to 425 degrees, and that's exactly the temperature that I'm using to cook these potatoes. Now look at the potatoes. Skins are falling off of them. It's steaming up nicely. You can see that they're breaking up, and that is perfect. That is going to be terrific. Now here they are. They're ready. If you want to put a sprinkling of cheese on top of that, you certainly can, or simply leave them like this. So they're ready to go into the oven. The oven has been preheated to 425, and of course we're going to put this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and they'll come out nice and crunchy. So let's put them in the oven and get them started. Ooh, the oven is nice and hot, and we'll close her up, and we'll wait, and as soon as they're ready in 25 minutes, we're going to pull them out and see what they look like. Now we've come to the really exciting part, is pulling them out of the oven and looking at them. So let's do it and see what they look like. It's pretty hot here, 425 degrees. Wow, they look terrific. And of course you can even leave them in a little bit longer. Here they are here, and even get them a little more crispier. That's your choice. What I usually do is just pour them into a bowl very carefully like this. Will they all slide? Yeah, there they go. So here we have it. I'll put this back because it is a bit hot, and we'll take a look at them potatoes. So look at them. They look delicious, and you can give them a little bit of a toss, and you can see they're nice and brown, and they are ready for the kitchen table. So I hope that gives you an idea how to make terrific baked potatoes in the oven while it's cold outdoors. You can do it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that button on the bottom right-hand corner, and send this off to your friends and neighbors and relatives by your favorite social media. And don't forget, thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.